lovely little fishes, Courtney Mermaid here, and today I want to talk to you guys about my favorite mermaid earplugs. So before I get started on today's video, I want to take a sec to let you guys know I've decided to do a special sale in my store to celebrate the holiday season. The code is FISHMAS and you can redeem it at shopvancouvermermaid.com, and the sale ends December 25th. Now on to today's video. Alright, so some of you guys may know I have ridiculously sensitive ears. I have balance issues, I experience vertigo from time to time. So it's really important for me to keep my ears dry while I'm swimming, which is also why I don't do things like scuba diving or diving really deep in the water, because when you wear earplugs you can't pressurize your ears properly. So you can actually do really like serious damage to your ears. So don't mess around with that. So before using what I'm gonna show you, I was using, and I'm not sure, I think these are a Speedo brand, but these are the guys. There we go. So these are the guys, and they just slip into your ear, and as you can imagine, it sits, there's supposed to be like a little bit of suction, but it's not really a whole heck of a lot. They kind of sit in your ear, and I've got pretty little ears, and they kind of pop in and they kind of fill like the space. I never get them like correctly in there, but yeah. So the problem with these is you can see them, they're a little bit cumbersome, they don't really keep all the water out of your ear. Like it's just, they're just not my favorite. They're not my favorite. They've worked fine for a while, but because they're silver, they're gray, you actually see them in my ear, and it's just not, you know, kids never say anything, oddly enough. Children don't really care about earplugs. I don't know. Other mermaids seem to have this problem where people are like, oh, you're in here. And I'm like, I've never ever had a kid. Even when I actually take them out of my ears in front of kids and put them back in, nobody ever even like bats an eye. So I used to use these, and recently I decided to take the plunge. You know, a couple of other mermaids, including like Raina Mermaid and a few other people, have actually mentioned the sort of the wax. You can't even, oh my god, you totally can't see them. Oop. You can't see them. Don't look at my face. Here. So that's what they look like. These little guys. And they're like moldable, so I'm not going to take out the ones that are kind of nice in there because they kind of look good, but they're just like squishy wax. Like, it's crazy. And one works, like one of the balls works well enough that you just kind of like roll it up. I kind of flatten mine like a little bit, and then you stick it in. Now it's very important that you don't like make like a point and stick that in your ear, because that's not how these are supposed to work. These literally just fill up this space here. Okay, so when you put them in, all the things mermaids have to go through, it's really funny. But these are actually really good. So if you're just a swimmer in general, and I kind of like mold them into my ear because I'm super afraid to lose them, but I'll fill in just like I'm sort of sculpting, and you can kind of feel it start to fill your ear a little bit, but the point is that you don't want it actually going into your, like all the way into your ear, because that's not what these are meant for. But then I kind of just mash mine around, and I'm telling you, these guys, wow, they work. Oh my god, they work well, like so well, and they look so much better. Now the thing is, you really can't hear squat with these in. I was swimming last night, and little kids are trying to ask me questions, and I'm like trying to read their lips. I'm like, oh, what are you saying to me? I'm like, oh please, somebody help me. Talk louder. That's the only thing I'm gonna have to learn, because they're not like, what I would do with these when I would have these in is if kid was starting, like, you know, kids or parents or whatever, I would just pop one out and kind of hide it, even tuck it into my top or something, or into the top of my tail, like subtly, right? And then have the conversation and then pop it back in. But now with these, once they're kind of molded in your ear, you don't sort of pop it out and pop it back in. It's in there, and it's in there for the duration of your swim. They don't go anywhere. Like, it's in there. And I love the fact that like they're light. So when you have these in your ear, like you can feel it in your ear. This is the same thing that I talk about with like the Luna. It's like the Luna versus any other monofin, like you don't feel it on your feet and it just feels so dang good. But these, like this, you can feel like it's pressing on your ear. This just sits like around your ear, so it feels a lot more comfortable and it works so much better. And you know, I'm still learning how to use them, but like they just kind of pull out. So just, whoop, there you go. they just kind of pull out and they kind of mold the shape of your ear. I'm not going to show you because it's kind of gross, but but yeah, and then I just roll it back up into a ball. Make sure, like, if it was wet, like, it doesn't absorb water because it's like a wax, I guess. So yeah, you just pop it back on the little tray and away you go. So that's that. They come like this. I picked this up actually. Where did I get this? I got this from Shoppers. I don't know if you have like a drugstore will have something like this. There's different brands that you can get for swimming. So yeah, super useful. Different brands make them. They're essentially the same thing. And yeah, so I highly recommend these. It takes some time to get used to not being able to hear, because you really don't hear a heck of a lot. Like, it's very echoey, and if you're talking and somebody's talking to you, you won't hear it. So it's also really trippy underwater. So I was swimming in an area where there's lots of jets and lots of bubbles and stuff, and the sound is amplified so loud underwater. So if you're somebody who gets a bit like startled by loud noises, just be aware, like, if you're swimming in an area, like any of those areas that have like a current or it's really loud in the underwater, like the sound is going to be really loud. So just a warning, because I was like, whoa, man. Intense. But yeah, so that's really all I have to say about these bad boys. And on that note, I would like to hear from you. Have you guys tried these earplugs before? If so, I want to hear what your experience has been. Or if you use a different kind of earplug, I would also love to hear, because I'm always on sort of a mission to try something new to make the swimming experience that much better. So be sure to leave me a comment down below, and yeah, let's get that discussion going. All right, and if you are interested in joining my Patreon pod, there will be a link in the description down below. It is patreon.com/Vancouver Mermaid, and I post monthly behind the scenes videos, things that are just very behind the scenes. So I go pretty in depth on what I'm working on and what's going on and how things are shaping up. And you'll get sort of that information before everybody else does. I also post other behind the scenes content as well. So you can see the project sitting on the wall behind me will have been shown to my patrons before you guys got to see it. So so that's always awesome. It's a great way to get in touch with me if you have really detailed questions that you want answered, like step-by-step help from mermaid tail making and that kind of thing. So definitely worth checking it out. And of course, if you like this video, please feel free to give it a thumbs up. It really helps out my channel. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button and bell notifications so you don't miss any of my mermaid adventures. And thank you so much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you all in my next video. Happy swimming! Bye!